Hey, what's up, everybody? This is steviebreech coming to you. I am normally a pretty big WWE mark. I pretty much eat up anything they hand to me and say this is the best stuff ever and love it. There are times that I have said that stuff is fucking stupid when I thought it was fucking stupid, much like the whole Triple H uh, storyline they ran last summer. But this is something that WWE is trying to push. Is something that's the biggest thing ever. It's something that nothing is ever going to touch ever again. Rock versus Cena, WrestleMania 28, once in a lifetime. Even though the rumors are out there that they're going to do it again at 29. Um, I don't know. I'm just looking at this whole Rock versus Cena storyline. What have they really given us that is monumental that we will look back at over time? I started thinking about this today when Ravi was tweeting about how he was watching last year's Monday Night Raw when the match was actually, put out there on the table and accepted by Rock and Cena. And that's a moment that they haven't even shown us in forever. I mean, it's like what's the basis of this whole storyline? They don't even show us clipbacks to the whole um, last year with them feuding back and forth. We have no monumental footage to look back on in the future. There's just nothing because they don't want to put over that the Miz was a main eventer at WrestleMania last year. They don't want to put together that the core ran out there. Just too much changes. Like, and they don't want to have to explain, why this guy's a good guy then and a bad guy then a year later. It's just I don't understand it. When you look back at one of the biggest matches of all time, Hulk Hogan against Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3, that was a cool and easy storyline that you see clips from all the time. I can close my eyes right now and see them doing that Piper's Pit where they came out there and they gave Hulk Hogan the huge Superstar of the Year trophy that was 6 feet tall, and they gave that honorary statue or trophy to Andre the Giant, saying you hadn't lost a match in 15 years. And Andre kept looking at his statue, how small it was and how big Hogan's was, and you can see the wheels turning in his background, in the head of Andre. That it's like whatever. And he finally puts his trophy down and walks off and leaves Hogan standing there, who you know starts flipping out that he's leaving and thanks the crowd. And then you go to the next Piper's Pit when Bobby the Brain Heenan and Jesse the Body Ventura have gotten into the head of Andre, and he reaches out and he grabs that shirt and that cross off of Hogan's chest, and he rips it off, and that you know, puts him down to the ground. He doesn't ever hit Hogan. He never strikes him. He just rips that shirt off in one, just tug and pulls it off. And the symbolism of the Hulk Hogan ripped shirt and the cross coming off, and Roddy Piper's just saying you're bleeding. As they go to black is the monumental. They show that all the time, and that leads up to the big moment of Hogan, slamming Andre in the Pontiac Silverdome in front of 93,000 people, and that's what WWF is built off of. That is the whole, that is the whole structure that that has got them to today. And now they're building up this huge match for WrestleMania. That when you strip everything away, this whole angle storyline is built off of Cena saying some stuff on a radio interview about The Rock, leaving and not coming back and, not having love for the product. And then The Rock finally does come back and says he does have love for it. And then they go back and forth last year at WrestleMania. The Rock, cost Cena winning the title at WrestleMania 27. They finally get together in the ring and they sort of say, you're a little bit better than I thought you were. You're a little better than I thought you were. They put each other over and then they create this match. And this year we haven't got anything except for some rap along, sing along. The only time this has ever really got real is when The Rock said, I'm gonna kick your ass. No, he said, I'm gonna rip your throat out. He said however big it was and however much he weighed. And he said at WrestleMania, I'm gonna rip your throat out. But that's the only real moment it's gotten real, and Cena wasn't even getting real with him. The Rock put his best game face on, and Cena was looking at him, laughing at him, like, he was at some comedy sit down club that night. So I don't know. I want this to be huge, but as the weeks go along, and maybe I'm just wanting these guys to start fighting on Raw, but it makes me want it even more. Just it doesn't have the same anticipation like last year. Randy Orton and CM Punk, like as Orton kicked one guy in the head after the next. As he went through the new Nexus until he finally got to CM Punk on that last Raw, CM Punk came running down to save Mason Ryan, and he didn't get there in time, and the Viper hit it like bam, and they were face to face there in the ring. You're like, oh, I want to see these guys fight right now. I mean, every week, they try to top each other with the sing-alongs and the raps, but I don't know. I don't want this as bad as I once did. And I'm not saying they ruined this. I'm sure the match is going to be big, and maybe I'm just, I don't know, getting scared or something. But I don't know. This isn't what WrestleMania 3 was. We need that moment that solidifies the buildup of this, not just having to remember back about Cena talking some crap about The Rock, packing his bags and leaving for 7 years.